I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt. Once again, this is another request. This time, a PayPal request, I should say. This time from Garrett, who wanted my thoughts on a film called Frankenfish. Now, first off, if anyone's ever interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, you do request it directly to my PayPal or join me on my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, Frankenfish. I've seen this film before, and my thoughts are kind of the same. I don't mind this film. This film is it's fun in a B-movie level. Because the first half of the film is like, okay, where's this going? And the second half I thought was it stepped up a lot more, the second half. Because with the title, what the fuck, a Frankenfish? What the fuck? Dr. Frankenstein made a fish with human parts? Is it like a big fucking fish with human arms and legs? I'm surprised they haven't done that movie. No, it's a genetically engineered fish. Even then, I don't know why it's called Frankenfish. Although it's a title that I guess you could call catchy. Maybe that's the only reason. But the story of the film, you have this guy named Tory Kittles is the actor's name. He's a medical examiner. Him and his female biologist, they journey into the bayou because they found this victim that's eaten up and his pieces were found. And they also found a dead gator, and they're just trying to find out what's going on. So they enter where that guy came from, which is one of the things I liked was I guess you'd call location, the community, which is a bunch of houseboats scattered throughout. I can't think of many movies where it's a bunch of like houseboats in this bayou community. And you have the hippie couple. One of them is actually, what's his name? If you remember the Super Mario Brothers movie, the live action film, there was Fisher Stevens and the other guy, and they were a team. The other guy is one of the hippies in this. And they're a couple. You also have this lady, this older lady that seems a bit into voodoo. You have her daughter. Her daughter is with this white guy who's is a prick. But thankfully he wasn't too annoying that it took me out of the movie, so thankfully they did that fairly well. Oh, and lo and behold, this is what you would call a progressive movie, because the lead star, technically hero, is a man who is black. Now, why do I mention that? Because all these people that... What do you mean, these people? The white knights that are whiter than I am, they're whiter than the fucking albino and powder, who say there's never been anything. I'm like, well, what about Predator 2? You're the same guy that talked shit about Predator 2. The same people that talked shit about this movie. Now, granted, there are some faults. It is a low-budget B movie with CGI that does not hold up well. But it's like, what about all these films? Why don't you give credit? And also, those actors were hired because they did the best job, or they were right for the role, not just to force an agenda in your face. But no one wants to give credence to Predator 2 or this film or the remake of House on Haunted Hill with Taye Diggs. No one wants to give credit to these movies. But yet a new movie, if it came out and it's a piece of shit, if it does that one or two thing, then it gets the pass and praise. I'm like, well, these films I think are better, and they did what your fucking brownie points are tallying up. So where the fuck are you, albino, white albinos? Nothing against anyone who's albino. I don't know anyone who's albino. I'd actually like to meet someone who's albino. Why? I don't know. Be some cool, interesting conversations, I think. I like to meet someone who is trans. I like to meet someone who's... Well, I know people who are gay, who are... I like to meet someone who's... I was supposed to say Furby. I remember those fucking things. Furries. I want to meet someone who wears a fursuit. I want to meet everyone because I'm one of those guys that is open to conversations. And I like listening to people. People don't know that about me because what I type very short. And some people take offense to that. But I just type short because I don't know what else to type. I'm like, doing okay. All right. How the fuck did I even get on this topic? I don't know. I always get off tangent and go different fucking... I want to meet anybody and anybody. That's what I mean. If anyone out there ever watches this, if you are albino, if you are Furby, if you are whatever, feel free to contact me. I won't judge. Be like, are you sure you did? No, I won't. I'm really curious about it because I like learning stuff. Was it a learn? I don't know. See, what I'm getting at is, I don't know what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is, nowadays, a film would get a pass even if it has bad story or bad acting or it's not fun on a B movie, but it does these things for you for PC propaganda or PC agendas, then it gets an A. But I watched this over fucking Last Jedi and fucking Ghostbusters 2016 or what are the other fuck movies. I'd rather watch this than Us. Yes, I said it. And I like Jordan Peele's Get Out, but Us, fuck Us. Not literally. I know people get pissed. Whatever, get pissed. It's not my job. It's not my worry, to be honest. It's just me gonna be honest and give my honest opinion. Okay, I get back to this movie. Okay. But what I liked about the film is it's fairly gory. Granted, there's some CGI, but with that B-movie-ness of it, with the crazy fucking creature, again, the CGI is not the best. That's one thing. Once in a Blue Moon is a little bit of practical, but I would have preferred more practical, more in the vein of Tremors. Which is funny because... the second half of this film reminded me of Tremors. Except instead of with mobile homes, with houseboats. Because you have different people on this, and instead of Tremors, they can't be on the ground here, they can't get into the water, and it's slowly sinking at times, they have to figure out what to do. And hey, any movie that reminds me of, granted, it doesn't have the characters of Tremors, although some of the actors are fine. It doesn't have the strong screenplay effects and cast of Tremors. Sadly, not many films do, in my opinion. But yeah, I like that it plays off a little bit like Tremors on water. A little of that nature. So I like the setup. The gore, I think I liked how over the top it tried to be, where like one guy gets his fucking head bitten off. And then you do see some practical of the blood pouring down, the body, falling. And the Frankenfish don't fuck around. They'll bite into someone and take chunks out of them. woman, old woman gets eaten in half, like bit in half. Some bitch gets thrown into the fucking fan of those airboats. So how over the top it tried to be with his gore, granted CG, but that was still fun in the B movie level. I thought the cast, the acting wasn't that bad. Just the characters aren't that much fleshed out. The cast aren't as memorable as, say, Tremors or such. But like Tory Kills the Medical Examiner, he did a good job. He was likable. There's some surprising moments. Spoiler. I'll put this down when it's over, the spoiler. Starting now. The biologist girl that's with him, and you think she's going to be one of the main characters, this is the part where she's explaining what we're going to do next. But because the Frankenfish fucked things up and started this fire, it hit this shotgun. The shotgun went off and blew the girl's half her fucking face off. I didn't fucking see that coming. At least, the first time I saw it. As I watch it again, I'm like, oh, I remember that. Oh, shit, that's right. And so then it becomes the medical examiner and the daughter of the voodoo lady. So that's what I mean. It went at a good pace. The actors did their jobs fine. For a B movie, what do you want in a B movie? Interesting setup with the houseboats, a little bit like Tremors. Gory deaths. Granted, I wish it was more practical. I think that's the weakest part, is that the CGI probably didn't hold up much then. Definitely doesn't hold up much now. But the deaths are fun to watch and bloody to watch. What was I going to say? The way these other characters come in and then they give the explanation as to why this thing exists, which is kind of like, what? Does the guy, he's a hunter and he wants to create something that's never been hunted before. Must have learned from I don't know. Maybe the guys in Jurassic World sequels learned from this fucking guy. I don't know. I try to think. Oh, that's why I want to talk about the director. The director is the same guy that directed Spawn from the 1990s with Michael Jai White. Is it Mark DePay, I believe his name? So yeah, the director of Spawn did this, and Sally, I would say I like this more than Spawn, that movie. Like, that Spawn, I have too many issues with it. Here, again, as a B movie, didn't he also do a film called like Man Thing? Which I remember now liking. I also remember thinking, why can't they just be Swamp Thing? But then I know they did a new show, I didn't see it. But it's just interesting how this guy got shot at a big movie, Spawn. Obviously it did not work out well because there were no sequels, no franchise. And then the next thing you know, he's doing a film called Frankenfish. So it goes to show how far that fucking guy's career went, from Spawn to Frankenfish. And again, sadly, Frankenfish is the better movie. Frankenfish is the better film. Sad to say. But yeah, the film it's B-movie fun. It's B-movie fun. And like I said, the actors did their jobs fine. I mean, there's a fucking scene where a crazy vet guy shoots one of them, which that's actually one of the few practical effects. It was a nice effect. I wish there was more of that. Cuts its heart out, grills it, and eats it. And he's like, yeah! That's not something you see every day. So that's what I mean, like, especially the second half of the film, it really amped up. It really amped things up. So I would say if you see the film in the first half, you're like, yeah, I'm not sure. Just bear with it till the second half of the movie. And again, things really pick up. And I think compared to a lot of the other fucking Sci-Fi Channel bullshit movies, this had more going for it than the norm. I really do believe that. This had more going for it. If it's a rainy night, you're with your wife, you're with your girlfriend, you're with your boyfriend, whoever, whatever, threesomes, foursomes, orgiesums, you want to watch a B movie, you do a lot worse than this. It's not the most logical film. Like I said, the CGI is not that great. But I thought it had enough positive notes that it was a fun little B movie. I remember liking it back in the day, and I still enjoy it right now. So, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.